All right, we are here reporting from ESPN. We are with Elliot, Thomas, and Siobhan. I'm Luca, and we're going to be talking about who's the best player in the Premier League. Elliot, would you like to go first?
Well, I say it's Cole. It's got to be Cole Palmer. Last season, his impact for Chelsea and the stats he put up are insane for playing with the players that he had around him. The fact that he can lead the whole entire league in goals and assists, whilst having finishers like Nicholas Jackson, Nani Madueke, and Mikhailo Mudryk in front of him is impressive beyond any achievement any other player did in the Premier League. When you talk about people like Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Bukayo Saka, even Mohamed Salah, their strikers are elite and their forwards are elite. Cole Palmer doesn't have an elite forward in front of him to give him support, that is why I think Cole Palmer is the best player in the Premier League.
Siobhan.
I think it's Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's like one of the best players in the world right now. He's been playing really well. He scores a lot of goals. Just a really good player. He's really good at finishing. And I think Cole Palmer is good, but I think Erling Haaland's just definitely better.
The only issue though with Erling Haaland though is he can play striker, but he can't play anywhere else. He can only work in a certain system where he's the focal point of the team. If he has to play any supporting role with this team, he can't do anything. Whilst Cole Palmer has proved that he can play cam, striker, left wing, right wing, any position you want him to play in that attacking third, he can play it. Erling Haaland has also not proved anything in the international stage. Within 2 minutes of Cole Palmer coming in the biggest game of his international career, he scored an important goal. So, I don't think Erling Haaland could do that.
Well, with the Norwegian team he has, he's not going to really have the chance. He doesn't really have many good teammates with him, so the big international stages are just not going to be for him. But as a striker, he plays really well, and it may be the only thing he can play, but he plays it really well.
Alright, we're going to be switching to our next topic, where we will have Thomas and Luca argue.
All right, we're going to be talking about who do you start a baseball franchise with. I'm going to say I would probably start my franchise with some young talent. I'm going to go Paul Skeens, number 1 overall draft pick from the 2023 MLB draft. Got called up this season, had one of the best minor league careers and has one of the best starts to his MLB career, and is a very important player that the Pirates have. And down the stretch of his career, going to have a very impressive career and put up incredible numbers.
I think Paul Skeens is a solid option, but I would go with Aaron Judge. He's a everyday player. He's a great fielder. He can get in the outfield a lot, and the dude hits lots of home runs. I think that's very important, and you need a guy that, hey, you need a spark in him out of him. You need a couple runs. I think he's hitting 320, 330 this year. I think he's shown himself that, hey, I'm a guy that's a team leader and can start a franchise.
I definitely agree with that. Aaron Judge is one of the best players that we have seen in this generation, but they also deal with injuries, pitchers and hitters. Hitters can have season-ending injuries if they break a bone or something like that. But a pitcher, they pitch every 5 or so games, and the wear and tear on their arm, if they take care of themselves, they'll be able to pitch a lot.
I think Paul Skeens is a great player, but I think you only can use Paul Skeens every 5 days. You get to use Aaron Judge for 162 games of the year. Paul Skeens, he's a pitcher. They get so many Tommy John. They're out for a year and a half, 2 years. I think that there's such a risk with having a person like that start your franchise, because he's not an everyday player you get to use. And one Tommy John, he's out 2 years, and when he comes back, he won't even be the same. You look at it this year with Clayton Kershaw. He had a bunch of arm trouble. He's off to a terrible start. I think that you need an everyday player, that Aaron Judge, that can give you support and help you 162 days of the year with, he's still an injury risk, but a lower injury risk compared to a guy like Paul Skeens, where injury risk is high and you only get to use him 5 days. 5 days.
I definitely agree with that. So we'll wrap that up. That was our broadcast from ESPN. We'll see you in the next one.